And the #1 movie in the country was called Ass. And that's all it was for 90 minutes. It won 8 Oscars that year, including Best Screenplay.
Hey! It's your boy, Stephen King here. Today, we're gonna do a Try Not to Cringe challenge.
My first comic that I will explain has been one that I've been working on for a few years now.
I lose. IcyHazard! Resident deviant and full-time douchebag. Originally, I had written up a script for this video that was, a lot nicer than this one is, but, things changed. Important note, while I will be directly addressing the works of Old Man Face here, Little Miss Scrubbing Bubbles is actually not the main topic of discussion for this video. No! Rather, the main topic of discussion for this video is all about criticism, and namely, how not to take it. Period head here just so happened to be the best possible example that I had on hand. Alright, so enough pussyfooting around, let's get right into it. To start, we're gonna look at some comments from her DeviantArt. I actually don't have any issues with you, other than your OC's design. The red and black hair is fine, but the blue skin and weird body lines kinda throw me off. I mean, it's your character. You can do whatever you want, but maybe you can change the design of the skin for your persona, but keep everything else. And then it just explodes into autism! Well, I understand and respect your opinion. I think that a big thing we can all learn is that everyone has their own opinion, and therefore will make their own choices. At the end of the day, it's her character, and she can do as she pleases. Thank you! I wasn't saying she couldn't do whatever she wants with her character. I was just making a suggestion. Jeez, I say one little thing that automatically doesn't kiss IcyHazard's rectum and grovel at their feet, and her insane little fanboys come at me and white knight their way to victory. Seriously, I'm getting Dahlia vibes from you people now. For someone to state their own opinion, you sure did get very angry at a response in which the first words were, well, I understand and respect your opinion, and bringing up that everyone has their own. You can have any opinion about a character that you like, but in reality, a character is made to please the creator, not other people, and Icy doesn't really have to change a character simply to satisfy other people who don't fully understand the design/concept she was going for. So I will state this. You can have any opinion that you'd like. It's your opinion after all. But the moment you became irritated and rude like you have, calling someone a white knight and or fanboy over it, butt kicked her, and other things that you stated in an intentionally negative manner, you end up looking very mature. Sarcasm! And people will not take you as seriously as you'd probably like. Please keep that in mind for the future. Hun, maybe if you looked at my page, you'd see that I'm a girl. And it wasn't even that. I was saying something that I think people should follow more. That not everyone will accept their opinion opinion. You getting all bent out of shape kinda shows you're not willing to have your hand smacked away when it's the creator's option to do so. Not to mention, your original comment came off as almost demanding Icy to change her character. I don't have an issue with you other than the fact that you're an a-hole who needs to be smacked upside the head. Whatever keeps you in denial, pat pat. Whatever keeps your head up your own bum, kitty face. Ha 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 ha. I'm not mad at all. If anything, this is just super entertaining to me, seeing you rage all because I gave some constructive criticism. It's entertaining to see how far you have your own butt. Seeing you rage because we said what we think about your opinion, which is opinions we gave you, is funny, kitty face. You're the ones raging here, not me, but, nice try. Then why get so mad and call us insults for not agreeing with you, kitty face? TBH, I haven't raged once, been too busy laughing my buns off at you, kitty face. Oh, I can just feel the salty baby rage ooze off this comment. You're the salt baby with rage, not me, kitty face. The fact that you keep trying to insult me and make me cry proves it. Kitty face. And what does old Bloody Rags have to say about all this? If I could step in for a second, I don't mind getting critique, but all I got from yours was, I know it's your character, but you need to change this, which is not the best worded. And when people called you out, you scream, white knight! It's just a matter of wording, my dude. Calm your tits. Are you freaking kidding me? This is probably the most civilized comment I have ever seen on the internet, and she can't even take that! I don't know, maybe he didn't exactly word himself the best. I mean, it's pretty clear that this commenter didn't really know a whole lot about art, and so they didn't really know how to word their criticism in a way that made a lot of sense. Next up, though, we actually do have a guy who knows a thing or two about art who can properly word himself when addressing the issues of the color scheme. If you're going to use red on a fairly monochromatic palette comprised of grays, whites, blacks, and 2 light blues, you should desaturate the red, or it ends up looking very jarring and pretty ugly, honestly. Like I said, this guy knows what he's talking about, and he explains himself very well. This is a well-worded and fair criticism. Homestuck OC, all arguments are now invalid! But Hitler, sir, we can't kill the Jews, it's immoral. Shut up, faggot, I saw you post that Homestuck OC the other day. Oh, but it somehow gets even worse. Icy's reaction is clearly a load of bull, and she gets immediately called out on it. You haven't learned anything, shaking my head. Instead of addressing my actual argument, you try to bring up one of my customs without reading the description, where I showcase the character's personality. Google Homestuck trolls once and see a mostly monochromatic grayscale palette with blood color highlights and occasionally a few extra colors, or check who ordered the custom since they specifically requested I give the troll a punk style. Stop trying to doodle tones me, Icy. Are you dumb? Are you honestly that dumb? Someone ordered that troll to be like that. Besides, it's Homestuck. I swear, none of you creepypasta people can take any critic, and now your groupies are defending your poor buns from a critic. So, what does Icy do in response? Your options are A. Address the criticism properly, or B. Make a quick reply apologizing to the original commenter. You have 10 seconds. Do 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 do. Oh, I'm sorry. The correct answer was C. Block all comments and go on a Twitter tirade. When will you people understand that just because you wear black or use black on your OC, that doesn't mean you are a cringy, edgy person? That's like the same level of calling a goth an emo on the street. So apparently, I'm compared to Doodle Tones for calling out a bumhole who told me my persona was ugly because of her wearing black. How rude! I don't know what's ruder, Doodle Tones being an insult or just being shot down for my past because of stupid turds. Remember when DeviantArt had actual critiques? I was a douchebag to a critic and got called out on my bull crap. I'm a victim. Feel sorry for me. Okay, seriously, character break. How unfathomably retarded do you have to be? Honestly. I'm not even joking right now. Icy, you are retarded. You honestly have to be. You somehow managed to miss the entire point of the criticism you received. Nowhere in this comment does it say that your persona is edgy. The criticism is that you have a monochromatic color scheme with oversaturated, contrasting colors. It looks ugly. Icy, read color theory, because your art is literally painful to look at. The colors that you use hurt the eyes because they are too saturated. Alright, back on subject. So after blocking everyone, she then makes a DeviantArt journal basically saying that she's gonna run her comment sections tighter than Auschwitz. I'm just gonna post this to be clear on one thing. Anyone who brings up my past of old drama in any way will be blocked. I'm trying to move on and improve myself. That's why I haven't been as active on here as I should. Because I've been trying to give myself time to try and improve my art and attitude. If there are something that I say that are too harsh or too sassy, I'd rather not have my past drama thrown at me like I'm still like that, when in reality, that's not the case at all. Please don't assume crap or try to spam me just because my personality tends to be blunt and honest. I honestly don't feel like walking on eggshells every time I say something that is remotely blunt, only to be told I haven't changed and how I'm just as bad as the butthole who almost ruined my effing life. Thank you for reading, Icy. Gee, she ain't playing around. This is some final solution level comment blocking. Can we not argue in the comment section, please? Sweaty face. Like, can we not? but I do want to help you out and stuff. So, instead of using the pure red color for your persona to complete the whole look, try using a different shade of blue, or icy blue for the eyes and the highlights. Just try to experiment as much as possible as you can with coloring. You'll thank me for it. See, you gave actual advice I can get behind. Love how I get a salty butt comment about my art followed by actual helpful advice. Less than 3. Thank you to those who actually have time and effort. For goodness sakes, you can't even talk to this girl unless you're completely sucking her off. This isn't even criticism. This comment is literally just telling Little Miss Temper Tantrum to do whatever the hell she wants! How inflated is your ego? Can we not argue in the comment section, please? Sweaty face. Like, can we not? But I do want to help you out and stuff. So, instead of using the pure red color for your persona to complete the whole look, try using a different shade of blue, or icy blue for the eyes and the highlights. Just try experimenting as much as you can with coloring. You'll thank me for it. Just experiment with colors, of course! Wow! I never knew green and magenta looked so good! Don't forget to drag that saturation into the red zone! That's what Icy would do, and after all, she knows better than everyone else, right? Well, since Basic McBasic Pants over here is so amazing at art and don't need any of those fake critics, why don't we take a little browse through her gallery together? You know, for inspiration.
Oh, yes. How masterful. I love her choice of bright neon pink for the bloodshot eyes, and how she used gray for the eye veins. Mwah! Expertly chosen. Oh, and those proportions! Just look at how her forearm is as long as her bicep and shoulder combined. Oh, and how her other bicep is twice as long as the first. What an eye for detail. And the fluid dynamics. I especially love this stream right here, and how it flows straight down from the top of her breast to the base of her stomach without bending in the slightest. Why, I've never seen such a masterful work of art before. Ah, yes, and here we have another of her exquisitely executed pieces. I love how the red she's chosen to use is so oversaturated that it actually hurts to look at it. It's so painful to look at, it's as if I was bleeding from mine eyes. What a statement! Pure genius. Alright, no, seriously though, this is utter cancer. Honestly, I've seen better art from Poopsie. And her works are intentionally bad. Oh no, I farted in class and everyone knows it. Look at our baby, darling. Isn't it beautiful? Friggin' ain't got no teeth! What the hell even is that? Looks like a bloody stool! Hey, Snape. What is this? I love how you couldn't even be bothered to draw more than one pose. Why does this have 10,000 followers? Like, seriously, this is so bad. What even is any of this? I'm at a loss for words. But that's not even the worst part of it all. Freaking Stoner Eyes here has a very interesting fetish. You know that new It movie? You remember how much it sucked? Well,
It apparently failed to scare so bad that people ended up the exact opposite of scared. They were freaking turned on! And toilet water here is one of those people. Am I sexy yet, Georgie? I thought you said there were games and rides down here. Oh, there's plenty of rides down here, Georgie, if you know what I mean. I'm too young to understand the sexual implications of your innuendos. Don't worry about that, Georgie. Just take a seat and let old Pennywise do all the work. I want to go home. It smells down here. Why are you bathing in the pool water? Personally, I don't really see the appeal. I mean, when I see a clown, I tend to think of small children. Not exactly what I'd call a real turn-on for me. I'm not saying you're a pedo or anything, but, you might be on a couple of watch lists. Alright, so outside of just having a good laugh, I do actually have a point that I want to make. Like I said at the start of this video, I wanted to address how not to take criticism. You're probably thinking to yourself that I'm being too hard or too rough on this poor Icy girl. She's probably just new to art or something like that, right? But you'd be dead wrong, my friend. No. IcyHazard has been working on art for as long as I have, and she's shown negligible improvement. Looking back at how she handled some very bare-bones criticism to her character, you can see as to why that is. IcyHazard is incredibly thin-skinned. She's honestly far too sensitive to even be on the internet. But here we are. She can't take criticism, and that's a problem for any content creator. Understanding the flaws of your work is one of the quintessential elements to improving it. Look, I might be hard on you, but I'm twice as hard on myself. I'm a perfectionist. I always have the mindset that no matter how good I do something, I always could have done it better. Now, I'm not asking anyone to be that hard on themselves. Honestly, it's a bit unhealthy, but you should accept the criticisms that you receive. If you don't, and you choose rather to either mock or ignore your critics, then you'll be just like Icy. To end my point, I'm going to show you a couple of images. This is a painting Icy drew back in 2015, and this is how much she's improved since then. This is a painting I drew back in 2015, one of my first, and this is how much I've improved. Make your choice. Alright guys, I think that's going to be it for this video. Before I go though, I just want to remind all of you that I do this for comedy. I do not condone or endorse hate, mobbing, or harassment towards anyone. Besides, it probably won't do you any good anyway. From what I can tell, IcyHazard is the kind of person that does something wrong, gets caught, and then promises to change while doing the exact thing that got them into trouble in the first place. She'll likely never change because she'll never truly accept fault. Instead, she'll just play the victim and try to blame everything on someone else. My next couple of videos will most likely be Let's Plays simply because I just need some time to recover after making this monster of a video. But I do just want to say that if any of you aspiring artists out there would like some art advice from me, leave your questions in the comments section below, and I'll try to make a video on it discussing all of them as soon as possible. Anyway though guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you liked this video, make sure to hit like on it, and don't forget to subscribe.
That's a 10.